What's up, Bills Mafia? The Buffalo Bills have 5 games remaining, and we're heading into Week 14 going against the Kansas City Chiefs. And man, this has been a roller coaster of a season for the Buffalo Bills. But before we get to that, let's get to that intro.
This is PZ Music.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because I always forget to tell you. Well, Bills Mafia, the Buffalo Bills have 5 games remaining, and it starts this weekend against the Chiefs. And the Buffalo Bills need to win all 5 to get to the playoffs. In my opinion, that is.
What did you say?
Oh, I said it. I said it. Listen, guys, man. 10 normally would get you in. I don't think 10 is going to do it this year. I think 11 is the number for the Buffalo Bills to have a chance to get to the playoffs. By the way, there's still a chance to win the AFC East. A slim chance, but there's a chance. The Dolphins, their last 3 opponents are the Ravens, Cowboys, and Buffalo. So not an easy last 3 games for the Miami Dolphins. So you never know what happens there, but there's still a slim chance. They are playing some good football. We can't take that away from the Miami Dolphins. Our team, on the other hand, is a roller coaster of a team. I have no idea what we're going to get week in, week out from this team. No idea. It's just a wild season for the Buffalo Bills. Disappointing, to say the least. But there's still an opportunity to right the ship, right? And can they? Who knows? I don't know. Can McDermott get his head out of his ass and figure things out? Maybe. I don't know. Man, I want to be optimistic, and I still am going to hold out. I'm still holding out for hope. I am. But it's tough, man. It's tough. And I'm not a rah-rah channel. And I'm also not a channel that's going to sit here and just say the Bills suck. Oh, it's over. The Bills are the worst team ever, because we're not the worst team. This is actually still a very good team. All of our losses are one score games. All these losses we could have won. We had the opportunity in hand, and we blew it somehow, some way. And really, it's been on the defensive side of the ball, believe it or not. Even for as bad as our offense has been playing, the defense in a lot of these games had an opportunity to close the show and get us that dub, and they did not. And that needs to change. That has to change moving forward. 5 games remaining. No more excuses. That's it. You lose, you're done. I'm sorry. I don't want to be that guy, Mr. Debbie Downer. But I also don't want to be the rah-rah guy. When every game we lose, I'm on here. I'm going to come on here and I'm going to be like, we're still a good team. There's still a chance. Like, no, stop. I'm not doing it here. Okay, we win this weekend. All right, okay. That's a start. 4 games left. But I'm not gonna get my pom-poms out and do a fucking dance here for you guys and say how great the Buffalo Bills are. Not going to do it. We win all 5, then I'll come on here and maybe you'll get to see a dance. I don't know if you want to see that, but hey, I'm not a bad dancer, all right? Anyway, so let's get to this. Got some takeaways here, 3 takeaways. By the way, shout out to Bills Wire for creating this article. All right, 3 takeaways. First, turnovers have doomed the Bills. Oh, Josh. Turnovers have ruined so many promising Bills drives over the course of the season. Heading into week 13, including Thursday Night Football, the Bills have turned the ball over 20 times, ranking 23rd. That number includes 7 fumbles lost, good for 19th in the league. It should be noted that a big contributor to that has been star quarterback Josh Allen, throwing 13 interceptions and fumbling 4 times himself. Yeah, not good. Though he's been better as the season went on, but it seems like he has to throw an interception each game now. It was like it's a must for some reason. Josh Allen has to throw an interception. I don't get it, but it's just the way it works when it comes to Josh Allen and this team. But yeah, turnovers have been costly, very costly. James Cook fumbling on the opening drive. That's never gonna it's never gonna help. That was against the Broncos. So disappointing. Josh Allen, first game, 4 turnovers, 3 interceptions, 1 fumble. I can go on and on and on about the turnovers. Gabe Davis fumbling. It just not good. And you'll never win games, turning the ball over like that. So I think it's been better, but listen, if you want to win a Super Bowl, you can't be turning the ball over that many times. So that needs to change. That has to change in the next 5 games. All right, next up. Bills are elite in conversations. All right. The Bills are one of the best teams in the NFL in terms of conversation. They are first in the league in converting on third down, 49.7%, and 6th in fourth down conversion rate, 58.3%. Not mention that they score in the red zone 67.4% of the time, which is second in the league. What this means is that even though Ken Dorsey is no longer the offensive coordinator, it wasn't because the offense wasn't good at a macro level. It was just underwhelming in the moments that matter that can be simply measured by the numbers. It really wasn't as bad as a lot of people say it was under Ken Dorsey, though we needed the change. We did. Ken Dorsey was, he didn't understand. In my opinion, the biggest problem with Ken Dorsey was not understanding his players' strengths and weaknesses and not understanding how to use them in the system. That was his biggest flaw. And then obviously second was, being creative on the offensive side of the ball, doing in-game adjustments when needed. He failed to do that. And he just relied on Josh Allen way too much to get him out of trouble. And that bit him. That bit him in the ass, and that's the reason why he's no longer in Buffalo. Now, under Joe Brady, the last 2 games, you've seen this offense, which, by the way, is the same offense. There's really not a difference. The only difference is how he's calling the play, how he's calling plays on the field, and he's sprinkling in a little bit of creativity and a little bit more pre-motion snap, pre-snap motion, right? Which is what we need. So, as you can see over the last 2 games, which, by the way, against the Jets, the Eagles, both good defenses, the Buffalo Bills offense has looked way better, has looked more like in a groove, right? Like they found themselves. They're playing happy, by the way. Like they look like they're having fun out there again. Josh Allen smiling, having a good time. Though the Eagles game, he wasn't smiling at the end, but that wasn't his mistake. That wasn't his fault. That was the defense for just melting in the second half, which they've been doing. But, the offense has definitely turned around, and that's good, and we need to keep that going. So let's hope Joe Brady could keep that going because we still got another good defense coming up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Just saying. All right, let's get to this last takeaway. Buffalo's defense has been better than it appears. The defense has not held up at some important junctures over the course of the season. But when you look at the numbers in its entirety, it shows that Buffalo has been unlucky in some scenarios too. The Bills are 6th in points allowed, 227, and are 11th in yards allowed, 3,839, despite injuries to White, Milano, along with Von Miller, and they didn't mention Daquan Jones, but I'll mention him, seemingly nowhere close to his best form. While Bills fans may not want to hear this because of how the season has been to this point, Buffalo's defense has been one of the best. Okay, I agree and disagree. I think they've been good. I think losing players like Matt Milano, Daquan Jones, Trey White are huge. Obviously, they're key players to this defense. No doubt about it. Okay. Von Miller not being himself yet, right? Has not. And by the way, I have no idea what's going to happen to Von Miller. No idea. We may not even see him the rest of the season. I have no idea, guys. I don't know what the Buffalo Bills do here. I really don't. It's going to be interesting. That I could tell you. But I did a video on that. I told you my feelings on that. Innocent until proven guilty. I'm not saying that he's innocent. I'm not saying he's guilty. I think we need to step back and let this, whatever happens, play out in court or, the justice system, instead of pointing fingers and saying he's guilty or innocent, or saying she's lying or she's telling the truth. We need to stop all that. Stop the jump conclusions. I know it sounds bad, but sometimes, guys, there's always two sides to a story, and we'll see how that plays out. But I already talked about that. If you guys want to watch that again, that's a live video I did about Von Miller, and you guys can watch that if you've missed that. My feelings on the situation. But back to football. I got an interesting stat here. The Bills have allowed 78 points in the fourth quarter and overtime on their 6 losses. They gave up 80 in the fourth quarter and overtime in the entire 2022 season. Tell me that isn't wild. So there's 6 losses, 78 points allowed. Just on the 6 losses this season. In 2022, the whole season, 80. That's why this Buffalo Bills defense, in my opinion, has big time struggled when we needed them. Big time. And who does that all point back to? Sean McDermott. Sean fucking McDermott. Absolutely. Why? Well, he's a defensive head coach, for one. He calls the defense to, and he wanted this opportunity to be the defensive play caller. Nobody said, hey, Sean, or Brandon Beane didn't say, yo, Sean, now that Frazier's gone, we need you to take over. He had the opportunity to tell Brandon Beane, let's go out, let's find a defensive coordinator, or let's pick one in-house. Eric Washington, right? For one. Because I need to concentrate on head coaching, because I'm not there yet. I'm still learning, to be honest with you. Even though I'm in year 7, I'm still making the same dumb, stupid ass mistakes in year 7. Right? So I need to get better at my craft at head coaching, rather than juggle defensive coordinator and head coaching. But no, he didn't say that. He said, you know what? I want the responsibility. I want to do both. Okay. And now here we are. Week 14, 6-6. Team unraveling right in front of him. By the way, Poona Ford came out, not happy. Came out in a article. Came out and said he doesn't understand it. He's done everything right. He feels like he should be out there on the field. He felt like when he signed here that he was going to get that opportunity to play. And he's been inactive most of the season. It's been wild. I mean, you're telling me that Tim Settle is doing a good job, is doing a better job than what Poona Ford can do out there? That's wild to me. That's crazy. And that's another reason why Sean McDermott bothers the hell out of me. Little things like that. Making players inactive that you just signed that could help this team. Instead, you want to have Tim Settle out there, who has been disaster since we signed him. Have him dress week in, week out. It just doesn't make any sense. A lot of things that Sean McDermott does this season doesn't make sense. And really, not just this season, guys. It's been since he's been head coach. And, clock management continues to be an issue. Year 7, him being conservative in the wrong moments of a game continues to be an issue with Sean McDermott. Defensive meltdowns continues to be an issue with Sean McDermott. See, we all thought it was Leslie Frazier. And we thought, by the way, we were wrong. It wasn't Leslie Frazier. It was Sean McDermott's doing. I'm telling you guys, Sean McDermott has his hands on everything, including the offense. I've seen this offense go conservative out of nowhere. Why? Because Sean McDermott wants it that way. It doesn't make sense to me. He keeps other teams around when he does that. Why do that? We have failed so many times in key games, in key moments under Sean McDermott. He has to get better. He has to do better. 5 games left here, Sean. Please let me eat crow. I want Bills Mafia to come on this channel at the end of this year and tell me how stupid I was for saying Sean McDermott needs to be fired or needs to go, whatever. Fired, go, resign after this season. I want to eat crow. I want Bills Mafia to come on here after a Super Bowl victory and say, you see, you idiot, Sean McDermott was the right guy the whole time. And now we got a Super Bowl thanks to Sean McDermott. And I'll say, man, you guys were right. You were right and I was wrong. I'm an idiot. And I'll eat that crow all day before a Buffalo Bills Super Bowl. 100%. But guys, what tells you right now that Sean McDermott's going to change in the next 5 games with everything I just talked about? Not to mention his other things his costly timeouts that he takes, nonsense timeouts as well. There's a lot more to Sean McDermott's coaching that I don't like, that I didn't even talk about. It's just, it drives me insane. But he has to do better. 5 games left. Here it is, coach. Can you do it? Can you stop being so conservative in late in games? Can your defense actually step up to the plate when we need them the most? We're going to need them. Chiefs, home against Dallas, right? Those are 2 tough teams right away. Okay. Home against the Patriots, fine. You should win that. At LA, you should win that, but who knows? Then at Miami. We've beaten Miami. We squashed Miami earlier this season with Ken Dorsey as offense coordinator, by the way, 48-20. We could do it again. Why not? I get it's in South Florida. I understand that. But we've proven we can beat good teams. We've proven we can hang with good teams like Philadelphia, which we should have won. But once again, Sean McDermott drops the ball. And he doesn't even have balls because he didn't even give Josh Allen and this offense an opportunity to win the game in the 4th quarter with 20 seconds left. Playing scared football. Playing not to lose instead of playing to win, which is going to be a shirt I should make. Sean McDermott, plays not to lose. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. He has to stop that mentality as a head coach. Because even when he's gone here, he's going to probably get another opportunity somewhere else. I hope he learns some lessons while he was here as the Buffalo Bills head coach. Though I don't think he's going to get fired this offseason. I think he sticks around for another season or 2 because the Bagulas just love him. And listen, this isn't a bash Sean McDermott podcast. This isn't a bash Sean McDermott video I'm making. But he has to get better. And the time is now. You want to prove yourself, coach? Do it now. And by the way, I give him credit for what he's done here. A lot of people argue that. Oh, look what he's done. The most winningest coach in Buffalo Bills history. Right? He's up there with Marv Levy. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I get it. Thank you. I appreciate what you've done here. You brought the Buffalo Bills from the dead. You brought them back from the dead. And they were a contender. But is that all we want? Is to be a contender every year? Or do we actually want to go to a Super Bowl? See, you could talk all you want about Marv Levy, and then they have the same similar record or the rate, or, he has a better winning percentage, whatever that may be. But Marv Levy got us to not one, not two, not three, but 4 Super Bowls. And yes, we lost them, but we got there. And this team was legit under Marv Levy. This team also showed fight under Marv Levy. How about the Houston Oilers game? The comeback. Are you telling me, come on, guys, be real. If Sean McDermott's the head coach in that game, we probably wind up losing, 55-10. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, I'm being real. I don't see Sean McDermott leading a comeback against the Houston Oilers. Marv Levy's a different kind of coach. He's a Hall of Fame coach. That's why he's there. Because he came up clutch in some big moments. Sean McDermott, when has he come up clutch in any big moment? Name one. None. 0. Come on. Name one. Houston Texans, 2019. We're up at half. We blow it. 2020 AFC Championship. We get squashed by the Kansas City Chiefs. Not even close. 2021, 13 seconds. Can't even fucking stop the Chiefs at 13 seconds. Doesn't know if we want to squib kick it out of bounds. It's all a mess. Nobody knows nothing. Conservative on defense, playing prevent defense, giving the Chiefs all this field to do it to do as they play, do as they please. And of course they're going to. Tyreek Hill is going to take a 10-yard pass and turn it into 25 all day, all long, if you give him that space. How do you not know this as a head coach? Travis Kelce, wide open. He's going to turn 10 into 20. Boom, right into field goal range. Just like that. If you squib kick it, that 13 turns into 9. They got probably time for one play. All that's just a disaster. 2022 against the Bengals at home against a terrible offensive line in the Bengals, and we get spanked and at home. Embarrassing. So every big moment he's come up that he's been here, he's dropped the ball. It's your time, McDermott. You got 5 games to win me back. I want to see it. Let's go. 5 games. Can you win all 5? And let's see what you do in the playoffs. But I don't see it happening, guys. I gave you the stat here. I told you everything, the reasons why. I just don't see it happening. But I'm going to remain optimistic. Why? Because I love the Buffalo Bills. I do. I love this team, man. I've been a fan since 89. This isn't, a channel where, I'm some fucking bandwagon fan jumping on, 2020, 2021 when things were popping for the Buffalo Bills. I've lived through the roller coaster of the Buffalo Bills, right? This crazy ride that we've all been on if we're all diehard Buffalo Bills fans since, forever. There's some fans I talked to that have been fans since 1970. So they understand. So I understand the drought years. I get it when fans are like scared to change coaching because of the drought. They don't want to go back to that. Okay. But do you want to continue to do this? season after season where we're just good enough to maybe make the playoffs or make the playoffs and just get kicked out of the playoffs year after year. Is that good? Is that good enough for you? Is that all you want? It's not what I want. It's not what come on. If you're a diehard Bills fan, you want a Super Bowl. That's the goal. It's not to fucking win the East, AFC East. It's not to make the playoffs. It's to go to the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl. Plain and simple. And we got to achieve that. And McDermott is in year 7. And I don't see it from him. So McDermott, 5 games left. What can you do? Can you make it happen? Can you change your ways? We'll see. We'll see. So Bills Mafia, tonight, we will not be going live at 9:30. So remember, I told you guys we're taking that bye week off. We will be back on Friday, Friday Night Lights at 8:30. So we will be back then. Thursday is Mafia Means Family podcast. So they will be back this Thursday at 7:30. Also Tuesday, if you guys like wrestling, Nuclear Heatwave Wrestling podcast will be back at 7:30. That's tomorrow. And then I'll be doing videos throughout the week as well. So Bills Mafia, you know I love you, and we got this, right? We're gonna do this. So, anyways, Bills Mafia, I love you, and as always, go Bills. I'm out of here. Peace.